Dear Messianic T.I., I hope this letter finds you in peace and safety and the love of the Most High, our Almighty Father. There's been a lot going on, so I decided to write a letter this time instead of a postcard. Let's see, I wanted to talk to you about color coding. It is one of the tactics that perpetrators and gang stalkers will use, and it's basically using a certain color. Stalkers will wear a certain color or follow and survey us in cars, vehicles with certain colors. Sometimes it can be red or black or white or whatever, but its purpose, in all honesty, I don't know its purpose, but one of the things that does happen is that it causes the victim to fixate on that color, which is confusing and can be alarming and frightening. And once we notice them and they have our attention, then they might begin to do street theater where they are acting out something that happened in our life that perhaps we thought was a secret that no one knew about, or just something personal or embarrassing. Or they might cough or glare or even spit at the ground, and after a while we notice that it only happens by people wearing that certain color or people driving by in vehicles in those certain colors. For me it was red, but I guess it eased up after a while, or I just didn't notice it because I have found a refuge in the Messiah, in the Almighty Creator, and I just never really continued noticing it anymore. And that's a good thing. But lately it started up again, and this time it's white cars or really light colored cars, and dark cars, black cars or dark colored cars with intermittent red cars. So white cars or maybe really light silver cars, black cars, or really dark gray, dark green, dark blue, and an occasional red car. But I wondered why it started again and why the change of colors. I know that I watched videos from the fellow on Plug'em, and he mentions that in terms of spiritual attacks and spiritual activities that they use white and black, as that white and black are duality, and I know that red is, in nature, it is a form of, it invokes fear, F-E-A-R, which is, for me, is false evidence appearing real. and warning from other animals to avoid or to stay away from those plants or insects who have that color on them. So I think that the same applies in terms of this fiery trial. These wicked individuals are trying to instill fear in us. And I just hope that if you are dealing with that you will not give in to the fear, that you will remember that it is false evidence appearing real, and that as the Apostle Paul wrote to Timothy in Second Timothy, write this down. So it's 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For Elohim hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. We know that fear, as I shared in the last postcard, can create health problems, which is what some perpetrators want. But we know that once we have an understanding, then what was once unknown and fearful loses its power. And we learn to sit and observe and watch and notice. And so we see the cars that are driving by. We recognize the pattern, and therefore the confusion and the uncertainty and the doubt is lessened. For me, I notice that it is now the white or the light colored cars and the dark colored cars with intermittent red. I see it at intersections, and I decided to record it just to confirm what I was seeing. And I wondered for a while why it was happening, but then I got a comment on a video, one of the recent videos that I just did, and a fellow said, I believe it was possibly a threat, they are watching you hard. And I noticed that the emojis that he used were eyes, black and white, with red demons and red angry emoji faces, and that is literally what the cars are doing. A red car with a black car, or a dark colored car, and a white colored car, or a very light silver car. And they are doing that. And I wondered why. I think it is because I am writing to you postcards and letters now of support and inspiration. And that is a threat to them because another tactic of theirs is isolation. To isolate us and make us feel alone and vulnerable, as if no one else can see what we are dealing with. But with these postcards and letters, you know that you are not alone, that you can record the cars that are following and trailing you and begin to see the colors and gain an understanding that it isn't your imagination, that it isn't exaggerating, but that there are individuals who are in your life doing this. That is power. Knowledge equals power. And my next series is called Arm Yourself with Knowledge, or i.e. power. They don't want us to have that. And also, part of the armor of the Most High includes prayer. The Apostle Paul, find that one, encourages us to put on the armor and he makes it very clear in Ephesians 6 verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints, supplicating, praying, fasting even, offering support for all saints. We are saints. We are supporting one another, which is part of the armor, and they don't want us to have that. So now the stocking, the color coding has increased for me, and the color has changed to dark colored cars, white cars, or light colored cars and vehicles, intermittent with red. It confirms that I am doing what is right, that I am doing the work of the Most High for us, that we may stand confident and peacefully in the midst of the flame, watching their actions, driving by in their dark cars, in their light-colored cars, and not be flustered. I pray that you find and make the Most High your refuge. As I stood on the corner filming the cars lining up at the intersection, just as the icons were on the comment left by the perp, the white and the black, with the red ones following after. And notice their lights blinking in the middle of a sunny, bright day with headlights on, that they were trying to get my attention, to frighten and fluster me. But I am in the fortress of the Most High. I abide in His secret place. Therefore, the confusion and the fear cannot defeat a sound mind. I pray that you will consider this and pray to the Most High that He bless you with His armor and His refuge. I encourage you to keep His commandments, to do good deeds, to write praises, to cultivate a relationship with Him. It will help you, and it will help you help others. I encourage you to reach out to other Messianic TIs for strength and support on giving and receiving. As I stood on the corner recording and watching the white cars lined up, and the dark colored cars, and the dark colored vans, and the light colored vans, I felt a conviction in my heart to continue walking this path and doing what is right in helping others and not going to a place of fear. And I remembered a psalm of David, and it echoed in my soul as the number of cars, the light-colored cars and the dark-colored cars, continued circling, increasing. He says in Psalm 3, Yahuwah, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. Many there be which say of my soul, there is no help for him in Elohim. Selah. But thou, O Yahuwah, art a shield for me, my glory and the lifter up of mine head. I cried unto Yahuwah with my voice, and he helped me out of his holy hill. Selah. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for Yahuwah sustained me. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Yahuwah. Save me, O my Elohim, for thou hast smitten all mine enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the unrighteous. Salvation belongeth unto Yahuwah. Thy blessing is upon thy people. Selah. I encourage you to read the book of Psalms, knowing that David was also a victim of gang-stalking and targeting. Read his life and what Saul did to him from a position of authority and power, and you will see similar tactics being used. And it says that David behaved himself wisely. That is what we must do. Behave ourselves wisely. Do not act from a place of fear and make rash reactions and decisions that will create problems in your life. Do not give in to fear. Cultivate a prayerful relationship with the Most High. Learn His name. Learn the name of His Son and the importance of knowing their names, and call on them. Find strength and refuge in His words. Do good deeds, and then you too can watch and observe from that secret place the tactics of children of disobedience under demonic control, trying to instill fear in the children of the Most High. But we will not give in to fear. Shalom.